Recording live. Yeah. All right, we're going. We'll give it a couple minutes, wait and see if anyone trickles in here. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Mostly happy Monday. I'm having a rough Monday. It finally happened to me. I'll go ahead and waylay any concerns immediately. I don't have COVID, thank goodness. But for the first time since moving to this place, this apartment, this city, for the first time in like over 2 years, I finally caught a cold. It happened. It's definitely cold. It's definitely not COVID. I'm not at all afeared for my life or anything. Thank God. But yeah, it happened. I'm finally sick. I was doing so good. I'm more than anything, I'm pissed off about it. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm pretty good at the moment. But yeah, it happened. So yeah, I'm a little low energy. I'm gonna do my best to make sure that it's a good, solid stream for everyone. But I am just absolutely drugged to the gills in cold medicine right now. You know, talking pseudoephedrine, phenylephrine. I got the acetaminophen, ibuprofen, all the shit, because that's what I do. That's what I do when I'm sick, okay? Some people are all about the holistic approaches. Some people are all like they've got their sweared, tried and true remedies, whether it's like a cold medicine or cold, or naturalistic or whatever. Some people have like that one method that they do. For me, I go to fucking war with the cold. Like that's my approach. I use my knowledge because I do have medical training, including a lot of pharmacology. And so I use my basic pharmacology knowledge. And granted, it's still irresponsible, so don't do what I do unless you really feel confident about it. But with my pharmacology training, I know what to look for in terms of different drugs and active ingredients to figure out what can be safely mixed. So I brew myself a concoction of various cold medicines that have different active ingredients. And I just like maximize whatever doses I can safely do for that, and I go to fucking war with it. I do that shit, and it's not just the medications. I also go nuts with the holistics. That's why I'm a little late getting started today. I was brewing myself some mint tea. Mint is one of the best natural ways to just clear up those sinuses and make it easier, at least for me, because that freshness, that sort of like menthol-like approach to things, to just you take that and you're sipping on that, and the freshness, it just clears up the sinuses. It doesn't do anything to help with like the phlegm and the runny nose and all that kind of stuff, but it clears up those sinuses, which makes it easier to breathe. And I'm telling you, if you can breathe like I can right now, I mean, check this out. Oh yeah, that was all nose. Perfectly clear, both sinuses. We're good to go. And if you can breathe, it's so much easier to handle just about anything. It's like true with it's true with like exercise. It's true with it's really true with fighting. You can see it this past weekend. You could see the energy of one fighter in particular. I don't want to give off too many spoilers, but the energy of one fighter in particular went straight down the pooper when he broke his nose halfway through his fight. Hey, Enforcer Hound, things are going okay for me. I'm talking about my my unfortunate situation of for the first time since moving here, I caught a cold. And I'm really bummed and irritated about it. But I'm discussing my methodology for surviving colds, which is to just go to absolute fucking war with the cold. Every cold medicine that I can safely pump my body with, every naturalistic thing, including this mint tea to help keep my sinuses clear. And as far as having a cold goes, I feel great. I can breathe perfectly well. I've definitely got that post-nasal drip going on, which is the most irritating thing for me. Just makes it feel like I got bad allergies, but I'm on top of it. But if I seem a little loopy from time to time, it's probably the massive amounts of cold medicine coursing through my body right now. Mint tea is good, though. Mint tea is very tasty. I love it. It's one of my favorites, even when I don't have a cold. But that's my life right now. That's my life. I've got the, like I was saying, I've got like the pseudoephedrine, the phenylephrine, all of that just like coursing through my veins right now. I'm basically a living walking pharmacy at the moment. Heard of the fire cider trying to figure out one shot. I have not heard about that. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I genuinely feel pretty good for having a cold. It's just the thing with me and colds is like I hate them more than even more severe things, because colds are the type of thing where they don't really slow me down. They just make me feel gross. They just make me feel gross while I'm doing it, and I hate feeling gross. You know, and that's what colds do to me. They just make me feel gross while I'm going about my life. I mean, you know, like I make modifications to my life, primarily not like minimizing my public presence, just so I'm not a dick to everyone and giving it to everyone else. So I didn't go to the gym this morning, and I probably won't go to the gym this afternoon either. I mean, I could put on a mask and just like stay in the corner if I wanted to, but I don't know, that's just a dick move, so I won't be doing that probably. Instead, I'll just go for like an extra run outside. It's nice weather still, thank goodness. But yeah, that's my life. That's my life. Frankly, if my biggest inconvenience is that I have a minor cold, then probably I don't have much room to complain. So, but yeah, if I sound gross or if I seem a little loopy and out of it, that's why. That's why. But let's see here. It's been a few minutes. We've given people the chance to trickle in if they're going to. So let's go ahead and get ourselves involved in a little bit of writing here. So flop our screens over here. Pulled up the map just because I kind of felt like admiring it for a second. It's a pretty map. That's probably the first sign of me being a little out of it right now. So much cold medicine. Oh, it's so good. It's like one of the best things, one of the best benefits that I've gained from having gone to veterinary school. You know, because I'm not a veterinarian. I left that field. It just wasn't the right field for me, right? And so it's like there's a lot of knowledge built up that I don't really use, but my basic pharmacology skills, I use those. Yeah, it really helps me maximize the amount of chemicals I can shove in my body safely. It's probably a pretty irresponsible way to use that knowledge, but here I am. Oh my god, yeah, I'm definitely wandering and rambling a little bit. This is going to be a fun stream, everybody. You're allowed to send links. What I would encourage you to do, Enforcer Hound, what I would encourage is I've got my Discord. I can't remember it's growing quick enough, and my memory is crappy enough. I can't remember who's already part of it. If you're a part of it, put it in there. So that way when I've got more time, I can look over it and we can discuss later. That's what I would encourage you to do. Join up the Discord server, and I'll check it out when I got more time. Because the thing I noticed, I kind of like talking about stuff. Like I really like having discussions on stream and stuff like that. But when people are sending links and it's stuff for me to read, it tends to really bog down the stream a little bit, and I tend to rush through it, and I don't actually look through it all that detailed. So if you do it in the Discord, we can discuss it there, and I can even discuss it on the next stream once I've got a better idea for it. So that's what I would encourage you to do, because I'm definitely on board with hearing whatever ideas and stuff you have. A recipe for fire cider? Then definitely stream it. Or not stream it. Fucking I'm streaming it. Then definitely put it in the Discord. So that way I've got it for later. I love recipes. I genuinely love recipes and cooking and stuff like that. So put it in the Discord. So that way we can have it for later. Because I mean I'm certainly not gonna make it right now. So it'll in one ear, one right out the other. It seems. I mean I like the sound of it. Fire cider. Although if it's alcoholic, I won't go for it. If that's what the fire is coming from, if it's like whiskey cider, I won't go for it because I don't drink. But you can still share it. There's a million other people in the world that would love that. And it's the season. 'Tis the season. I baked an apple pie yesterday. It's apple spice fall season. Like, yeah, get it, baby. But yeah, that's what I would encourage. I'd encourage you to share it there. Anywho, what the hell did we do last time? Oh yeah, that's right. We're still working on finishing up this dungeon here. We're working on finishing up this. I think we can finish this up today too. I think that's the good thing. I think we can get this finished up today. So long as my cold medicine addled brain doesn't lose focus too much, which we are 10 minutes in. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. But if I can get myself to focus and stay not too loopy with it, I think we can get there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a fun stream today. It's gonna be a real fun stream today, everybody. Okay, so we got 4 rooms to do. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. Help me stay on task, chat. Help me stay on task and stay focused, and we'll get it done. We'll get it done. But first, a sip of the tea. Oh, I love that mint tea. It's like a punch directly to the sinuses with every sip. It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. All right. What am I doing? 7. Room 7. Chapter 7, not chapter 7. Room 7. Ah, it's a safe room. That's a really easy one. We don't have to describe like anything with that. Let me look though. Let me look and see. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. You got to go back to work. That's never what anyone wants to do. But I appreciate you stopping by at all, Enforcer. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. So we'll see you around. All right, let's see here. What am I? Yeah, I wanted to look and see here. So room 7. This is just like a safe area. That's easy enough. Yeah. Okay. So safe room. We'll just describe a generalized safe area. It doesn't have to be anything particularly. Doesn't have to be anything particularly complicated here. Let's see here. You find yourself tucked in a small opening between various hills and cliffs. It appears as though let's see here. The name of the stream explains everything. That's what I was going for. That's what I was going for, Talkert. I was really hoping to have it be I was really hoping to have a nice direct accurate title. It's somewhere along the line I decided I wanted to have all of the writing streams be alliterations, and I was going to go alphabetically. I don't really know why I did that, but it's a fun challenge, so I'm sticking with it. Oh my goodness. It also, like I've been saying, it also doesn't help that I caught a little bit of a head cold, and so I am drugged with every brand of Vicks and Advil that I can safely pump in my body at once. So I'm a little out there. It's gonna be good though. It's gonna be good. Let's see. It appears as though griffins and eagles that inhabit these hills have little interest in this closed off area. You get the sense that setting up a few defenses at the various entrances to this area will afford you all the rest you need for now. Boom, it's the safe room, right? It's the room that they can put up some defenses and easily have a long rest if they so choose, without being accosted by horrible things. All right. Yeah, you'll have to excuse my rapid fire sipping of my mint tea. It's like the way as I've described it. It's like a punch to the sinuses to help keep them clear. And that's like, for me, having clear sinuses when I've got a cold or an allergy outbreak, having clear sinuses is the most important thing. Just about every other part of having a cold is manageable if you can breathe effectively. And so if you can find a way to get those sinuses clear and functional, everything else just kind of is small potatoes to have to handle. So yeah, don't mind my my tea sipping. We'll call it ASMR and say that it gives people spine tinglies. Or that's what I'm going for. That's what we'll pretend I'm trying to do. It's not. This channel is not an ASMR one. Frankly, those kind of make me uncomfortable. So, not that I'm saying that there's anything wrong with them, but they're not my cup of tea. The concept of someone trying to whisper in my ear through a microphone just is awkward. It's just awkward. All right. Okay, there's an item in here. I gotta invent an item that's somehow thematic and interesting. For this area. I don't know, man. Do like climbing gloves or something. I don't know. It's not really. Although, like, I do rock climbing. The last thing I'd want to do is wear gloves while climbing. I want to be able to feel the rocks while I'm climbing, so that's not really there. Could put climbing shoes, but those are almost a little too specific. Just do like digging gloves or something like that. I don't know, man. Just like make it a weapon. We could. Oh, you know what we could do? We could like. I don't know if we could just like have it be a thematic. Cause what did we do last time? Last time we did the climbing harness that like would like you could attach if you're climbing and you attach it to rope, then you can avoid fall damage if you fail. You know, so could do that. Or well, no, we did do that. So it doesn't need to be like necessarily a +1 axe of whatever whatever the hell. But we could do like a pickaxe, like a really nice pickaxe that's got like some sort of +1 or something like that. Although this is a level 2 dungeon, I feel like a +1 weapon might be a little over the top to give to just level 2 players, right? Like it's a little early. Hell, I don't know. Oh man, my brain is only firing on like half the cylinders right now. Oh my god. I don't know. Let's do like a freaking let's do the pickaxe. Let's see here. Lying against a cluster of rocks, you see what appears to be a well-made pickaxe. It's well ornamented, and it would be a shame to use it for only clearing out rocks, given how much care seems to have gone into the making of this item. You feel as though using this as a weapon of combat would be a much more fitting use for the item. I just noticed that I spelled it rocks, R-O-X. I don't know, it was C-K-S. My god. My god. Okay. Let's see here. You know, it would be kind of a cool thing to do. We could have this one just be a silvered pickaxe. So that way, if we want to have some more, some slightly more like ethereal nasties for the underground portions of it, we're kind of offering them a weapon that someone could use for like that specific purpose, right? Like it wouldn't be their intended, like it wouldn't be their primary weapon that they prefer to use. But it could be, you know, it could be a tool available to them. So maybe we'll do that. Let's see here. This is a standard. Let me just check something real quick here. Let's see here. We want game rules, equipment. I just want to look at weapons here. Okay, oh, sorry. We're doing weapon. There we go. My bad. Where do they have? I think it's the next one. They have war pick. Yeah, this is what I want. See what the war pick allows you to add your proficiency. I think that's the stat block that we're going to use with it. It's a war pick, but it's silvered, and so that'll be the special thing. War pick as far as attacks and damage go. However, it is a silvered weapon. Let's see here. Let's see here. If it is a silvered weapon and can affect enemies that are vulnerable to non-magical. That's an important distinction. Non-magical silver weapons. That's like one thing that it's like a subtle difference, and I don't always even enforce it necessarily, depending on the group. Depending on how detailed the group wants to be with their rules, I may or may not actually really enforce it, but there is technically a difference between, like, magical and silvered, right? Like, you can have a silvered weapon that's magical, but silver doesn't necessarily mean magical and vice versa. So, it's an important distinction. It's just, like, it's good to just offer that for clarity, because even if it's not something that you want to enforce too tightly, then you can... and then at least you have the tools there to make that decision. It's there and ready to go to remind yourself. Hey, Smart Dragon, how's it going? Good to see you here. Good to see you. Yeah, so I think that's a perfectly fine item to offer up players. Level 2, a silvered weapon. I don't feel like a silvered is particularly strong. In fact, offering up silvered weapons early on is kind of something that I really... music goes up and down. Are you talking about the volume for the music? It might just be the song in volume. Yeah, it might be the song. There's only so much I can do about it to try and control it, because I just have a playlist going on in the background. As long as it's not too overpowering, I'll probably just have to leave it as it is, unfortunately. But yeah, there's only so much I can do to help that. Like if the songs are bouncing around in volume, there's not much I can do about it. Also, it's a bigger process for me today to try and think through that problem-solving aspect of things, because I am on a lot of cold medicine right now. Every time I stop talking, the music goes way up. Okay, gotcha. Well, here, let me just bring the volume down then. Let's just bring the volume down and see if that does it. Like, hopefully that'll help manage it. Let me know if that's better. So let's see here. Alright, so now we need to go ahead and decorate our room here. Not much going on here. Not much going on. This is a safe room, so we just got to add some rocks for flavor, and that's about all of it. That's about all we need to do. Let's see here. Just throw a couple stones in there. Throw some things right there maybe, and some stuff like right there. How about, why not? Actually, you know, I want to take off the snap here. There we go, that makes it a bit better. Oh good, oh good. My looks like they are discussing my D&D group is we play Monday nights, so we're kind of all gearing up for a session tonight. And it looks like they are absolutely demolishing my phone with messages. So that'll be fun to read through. Figure out what exactly they're panicking about now. It's alright. It's all part of it. It's all part of the game. It makes it fun. Alright, let's see here. I mean, honestly, that looks pretty good. We don't need to do a whole lot for that room. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine right there. Oh, man, that mint tea is a lifesaver right now, man. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Okay. So we got that one. That's easy enough. Oh, good. A puzzle. Oh, this is going to go well. This is going to go well, me trying to think of a puzzle today. Spoiler alert, it's not going to go well. Alright, let's see here. Puzzle. What did I do for the last puzzle? I don't even remember. What did we do for the last puzzle? Maybe that'll give me an idea. Used to be once been in the next part of this passage. Fortunately, it has been blocked by remnants of a cave-in. It appears that you could climb over. Oh, okay, so I just had them solve, like, a puzzle of having things to be blocked out for them to try and get access to. Which I suppose we could do. I mean, but I don't know. I kind of want to come up with something more clever. Hold on. Which room? That's room number 8 here. Let's see here. So that's actually where they first enter. What would be... Oh, you know what we could do? It would have it be the opposite, right? So their pathway was blocked, and now this time, the option is like the pathway, there's clearly been like a landslide that now the pathway is missing, so they have to try and find some way to make it over a gap. Maybe that's what we'll do. That seems like a good option here. Hold on, let me... It's because I've got it in mind. Hole? There we go. If we just make it like really big. That's a little too big. Even that's a little big. How's that? Yeah, that's probably reasonable. It's like, you know. There we go. Have fun figuring that one out, guys. I kind of wish, actually. I don't know. That looks kind of blah, but I don't know. It'll serve, and that's the pathway. So they have to figure that puzzle out. Because there's that, or there's this blocked tunnel that they could try and do if they wanted to jump way ahead. So that gives them a couple options of things that they could potentially have to figure out. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh my God, what are they doing? I'm sorry, my group. I just need to be on top of this, make sure they're not panicking about stuff. Let's see here. Oh, okay, they're discussing their hatred for doorknobs as they habitually make it a habit. That's a redundant statement. As they habitually choose to kick doors down, as opposed to using doorknobs. So that's all they're discussing about. It's it's an entertaining discussion, but certainly not a critical one. So we're good. All right. Oh yeah. So let's see here. As you advance towards this next section of the passage through the foothills, you see that the bath in front of you. That'd be interesting. You see that the path in front of you appears to have collapsed, leaving only a large hole directly across your path. Let's see here. Let them be creative. Here's what we can do. We can say easy checks if they construct some sort of, we'll put it in quotes, bridge. Doesn't have to be a bridge. They could just do like toss a rope with a grappling hook and just kind of like use the rope to get across or whatever. But easy checks if they construct some sort of bridge. Hard checks if they just try to jump, climb, etc. Yeah, so if they just try to do all, if they try to get all fancy and skillful with it, in that sense, then, oh, excuse me, I apologize, and just give them give them difficult checks, but if they're actually smart and they build the bridge, then it's like, okay, yeah, there you guys go. There's also, okay, yeah, just a standard pickaxe here. Because it's a key. So lying on the ground can be found a rusted old pickaxe. It seems somewhat flimsy, but you suspect it has a little more use in it before it breaks completely. You know, we'll just do that just to emphasize, like, yeah, this is a garbage pickaxe. This isn't the same as that war pick that they find. This is a pickaxe that's just like kind of falling apart. Not great. Oh, excuse me. All right, easy enough there. Let's go ahead and decorate that area a little bit more. Nice. Oh wait, hold on. We gotta get size down a little bit here. Oops, not 0. We want it down to 1. There we go. There we go. That's better. Yeah, we'll like have cover up this tunnel a bit too. Make it a little more difficult for them to be able to spy and see what's going on down that hallway there. Put something like that there. Let's put just a couple. Maybe there's like a rock outcropping. How to use that one? How to use that one? Oh my god, I'm trying to just like be fancy and use different rocks. But apparently that's just too much for me to handle today. God, I am all over the place today. Which I knew was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Like, even while I was dosing myself with all the Vicks that I could find, I knew it was going to cause me to be a little loopy on stream today. But, you know, we make decisions and then we have to deal with the consequences of said decisions. So here I am. Hey, Prince John. Yes, I am. I'm a little on the loopy side. Probably should rest. Oh, I'm plenty rested. The energy isn't the issue. It's just a sinus cold. That's all it is. I'm perfectly rested. Slept in quite a bit this morning actually because I skipped going to the gym because that would just be a dick move. Have a cold and go to the gym. So, and truthfully, I don't know if there's a whole lot more. But besides being asleep, there's not much more restful I could be than just be kind of sitting here right now, being creative and stuff. But I do appreciate the concern. I do appreciate you guys looking out for me. But we're good energy-wise. There's a lot of pseudoephedrine going through my veins right now. There's a lot of it. There we go. We can put a little rock right there. That looks good. That looks good. That looks reasonable right there. It don't need to be too fancy. Just trying to add a little bit of spice and flavor to them. Alright, so that'll be our next room here. Room number 9. Number 9. Revolution number 9. Alright, there we go. Medium battle. Oh, that's easy enough. Medium battle. Let's see here. What have we already done for the battles here? Where's our medium battle? We've already done a medium battle? Oh, no, we haven't, because the next one is a medium battle as well. Alright, easy enough. Okay, so we need to come up with 2 medium battles, which means we need 2 battles that are worth about 285 experience points a pop. Might make one of them 300 and one of them 275, just to make it a bit easier on the math there. So, let's see here. We can do 6 of the small young griffins for one of them. That'll work. I'm just gonna plop those down there so that way I can think about them. That way I can write the descriptions already knowing what types of battles and enemies I have to describe here. So 6 of those to make one of them a 300. That'll be good. Just a little extra is no problem. No problemo. And then line medium battle. So if we wanted to do 275, let's see here. We could do like 5 of those with one Bloodhawk. Let's see here. See, now here's where you got to start thinking about a little bit of math here. Take off one of those and add 2 of those. So if it would be 5 and 1, then you could do 4 and 3, or 3 and 5. 3 and 5 seems good. That gives us 8 enemies. So let's do it that way. Let's bust it up that way. 5 of the Bloodhawks. And then 3 of our small young griffins. Do that right there. Alright, medium battle. So there we go. So those are our battles. That's our proper amount of experience points to be dished out. Let's see here. Let's look at our room here. So if it's all just the griffins, I mean, the descriptions are getting kind of repetitive with all of the griffins everywhere, but that's okay, honestly. That's okay. We don't need every single room to always be the most amazing, unique room. When we're, honestly, I'm okay with the concept of this mountain pass feeling kind of monotonous, because that's what they're doing, right? It's part of they're traveling. They're not in some sort of like fancy haunted house or enemy's lair. This stage of things is meant to be a long, arduous journey. Like, we're trying to earn reaching our destination. So it's actually okay for it to be much more, monotonous and singular in how things come across, because it's just them traveling. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. Let's see here. Hold on. Where are they coming from on that one? They're coming out of there. Okay, so as you emerge from the tunnel, you find yourself facing another handful of the young-looking griffins. By now, you expect the cautious and fierce looks that the creatures are giving you, and you can plainly see that this will be another challenge. Let's see, this will be another challenge. I don't know if I want to say it that way. Another instance. Well, no, we're just gonna abandon that. It's just not functional. It doesn't serve anything. Boom. So they can figure that out. Alright. And then, okay, so this is where they'll find the shovel. And then the next one is room 10 is where they're going to use it, right? Yeah. So this can be like another... Yeah, this will be another... We'll probably carve out another underground one like we did with that one there. I actually think that'll look pretty good. Add some interesting things to it. And it also explains why this one could be kind of like dipped in, right? Because then it's like uphill, and then they get to their final destination. So I actually think that works out pretty well. Let's see here. Key. Oops, shoot. There it is. Oops, what did I... There we go, that's what we need. Okay, let's see here. Lying on the ground is a rusted shovel. Though it's in rough condition, you can't help but think it would have been handy just a few moments before, as you were trying to tunnel your way through the collapsed cavern. So that'll be like their hint, like, oh, this might be a handy thing. And it's just regular shovel. We don't need to add any more detail to it. So there's that. Let's go ahead and decorate this one a little bit. We're going to do like that and that there. Let's see. I kind of want to add some stuff to there. Throw one. Maybe we can put one like right there. Can double those up right there like that. And then where's our little baby rocks, just to add a little bit more stuff going on here. Hold on, I want that to go under. Something like that, maybe. Just trying to find creative ways to make these rock outcroppings look a little bit more unique every time. It's kind of a fun challenge to figure out ways to spruce it all up without, you know, just relying on the exact same patterns and everything every time. I kind of enjoy that part of it. So that's good. Alright, and so now for our last room here. Look at this, we're just flying through this. We're going to get this dungeon done, and I have plenty of time to spare to start the next section of this campaign. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Mint tea is amazing. I love me some mint tea. Hold up. I got to refresh my mug. From my lovely little teapot. I love this teapot. Anywho. Anyways, let's see here. So we want to do a medium battle. And this one is going to be, so they need the keys. This is going to be another one in the tunnel. So I want to actually, before I do that, just want to get myself in that headspace. And we're going to caveify this this particular room here. Just try and match the contours so that way it is a familiar area there, and now we just kind of color it in. Boom, beautiful. Look at that. Alright, and so now we want to blast open like there, and there, and there, and there, I think. There, that looks good. That looks pretty good. And then the only other thing that I want to do here is I want to go to the terrain brush, and let's get ourselves, oh wait, no, we need the gravel terrain. Make that a little bit bigger so it just goes a bit faster. So we'll do that just to like demonstrate, just that's kind of turned into our visual cue of like, oh, it's not just a standard easy to cross over pathway. Kind of like we have going on there, right? So we can leave the one to go past it open, but the one to get through it, if they just start trying to follow the standard route through this area, then they have to kind of carve their way through. Hey, that'll actually work pretty well. I like that. I really like that. Minty. Get it? It's minty and it's mint tea. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, it's not. It's the fucking stupidest joke. Alright, let's see here. Medium battle. That's here. As you make your way through another tunnel, another runnel? Another, I mean, you can run through it. If you run through a tunnel, does it become a runnel? As you make your way through another tunnel, you find yourself facing yet another small area of fallen rocks. The tunnel seems stable. We'll say stable enough for the rocks to be moved so that you can pass through. TH. ROUGH. Okay, but now here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. If we're making this an internal thing, and we wanted to do the medium battle with, like, the Bloodhawks and the Griffins, why would there be hawks inside of a tunnel? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Like, there's a certain amount of hand-waving I'm willing to do for the sake of game mechanics and having a fun dungeon for, a fungeon for players to go through. But there's only so much. There's only so much that you can just hand wave away before people are like, this is dumb. This doesn't make any sense. So I think what I'm going to do, what we're going to do is we're just going to say there also appears to be a large, to be a, we'll say a large gathering of Bloodhawks joining the Bloodhawks. We'll just say Bloodhawks lounging here as well. Boom. We'll just do that, and we're just going to swap these. So we'll copy that. Put it there. Get rid of that. And then we'll just have it be only the Griffins here, and they're just like in there napping looking for shelter or something. Let's see, we'll say inside you find a group of Griffins lounging in the cool cavern. They are not happy at having their naps interrupted. Boom, there we go. There we go. It was like Bloodhawks were introduced to new players to the idea of 3D combat. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just in general, having flying creatures having low CR instances of flying creatures, I think is a really fun way to early on introduce especially new players, but really any campaign, to the concept of something more than just two-dimensional bird's-eye view battlefield, right? So I'm with you 100%. I love using flying creatures in general, and that's why I really wanted to kind of double down on the Griffins and Bloodhawks, especially Griffins, because they are very good at being they're very good at doing at being one or the other. They might be on the ground, but then they can fly and add that extra bit of challenge to it. So I actually really like this collection of creatures early on, you know, during the level 2, because I feel like it's a perfectly manageable way to introduce them to, like, hey, this is something you might have to think about. If you don't have a ranged weapon, if you're trying to play a strong melee character, might be worth it to make sure they're at least capable of doing something ranged. So I find this can be a really good type of instance to give to players early on. I agree with you 100%. How many times can I make yummy noises after drinking my tea before everyone's like, okay, just stop it? You said this wasn't an ASMR channel, but your behavior seems to suggest otherwise. Alright, and then we got to put in the compass here. Let's see here. Okay, I have an idea for this one, for the compass here. Whoops, hold up. Compass. Compass. Heh, heh. Alright, lying on the ground in this cavern, there is a handwritten piece of paper. On the paper seems to be a collection of descriptions on where a few resources within this passage can be found. And so just the idea of, like, someone writing down, like, oh, they left this item here, we'll leave it here in case it's needed partway through. It's like just like a description, as if someone were like, hey, here's a cheat sheet for myself or for other travelers about where you can find different like tools and resources that you might need to make it through here. Again, little hand wavy. Why would someone bother writing that out rather than just like knowing and sharing the stuff or taking the items? But you know, we're in a dungeon instance. This is much more game mechanic sections for the stronger, more sensible role play. That's where like the city interactions and everything come into play. So I'm not going to worry about it too much here, because truth of it is my players will probably not worry about it too much, and neither will yours. Or at least, here's what I'll say: if they're patient, understanding players, they will recognize that you are a DM. In 99% of scenarios, you're a DM who is just doing their best in their free time to create a game. And so if some things seem a little hand wavy, you know, like that, they'll offer the leeway and say like, you know what, we recognize you're just a dude doing the best he can and that you don't get paid for this, so there's a limited amount of energy you can put into it, and everything will be great. As long as it's not too egregious, it'll work out. Hey, Inflatable Cat, how's it going? So yeah, we'll do that. I think that's perfectly fine. And then we just need to offer up a few, or not offer up, we just need to put in a few decorations in our room here. Let's see here. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm a little there's been debate on whether I should stop streaming and just rest, because I'm a little loopy, a little hawked up on cold medicine. Caught myself a bit of a head cold. But I maintain that I'm perfectly fine, just have a lot of pseudoephedrine flowing through my veins right now. It really is just a head cold. For about a day there, I was thinking it might even just be allergies, because all it is stuffy sinuses and a runny nose. But it's a little more consistent than I would expect my allergies to be, which is leading me to think it's a cold. But I do have a lot of cold medicine going through my body right now, so it makes for a little bit of I mean, really, it just means that my brain takes an extra second to puzzle through things, and my jokes are a little something extra groan, a little bit more of the groaner variety. Oh, I appreciate it. I'll be fine, truthfully speaking. Like, in all reality, like, okay, we're gonna pull back the curtain a little bit. I'm playing it up for the sake of humor, so that way it can be an entertaining stream. Yeah, truth be told, it really is just a head cold. My energy's fine, and I was actually a little bummed. This morning I skipped going to the gym, not because of energy levels. I felt like I could easily go ahead and get my usual workout in, but it's a dick move when you're first coming down with a cold, right? It's like later on, once the cold itself is gone and you're not really contagious anymore, you know, you can throw on, you know, especially in today's culture, you can throw on a mask and you're not going to get anyone sick as long as you're not breathing down their throat. But when you're first kind of coming down with a cold and like you really got the runny nose and stuff going on, it's just kind of a dick move to be in the gym where we're all panting and breathing heavy. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be that guy. So here we are. Yeah, truth be told, I'm totally fine. I described at the very beginning of the stream, I have methods whenever I do get a cold, and it's actually been a while since I've had a cold. It's been a couple years, because this is the first time I've been sick since moving to where I'm presently living, and that was a couple years ago now. But my methodology for handling any type of illness, but especially colds, is I go the fuck to war with that cold. I like having gone through a few years of veterinary training has really helped me learn a lot about, I took pharmacology classes, so I know a lot about what drugs are safe to intermingle and how you can figure that stuff out. So I have, for better or for worse, used that knowledge to figure out the exact combo of what medications to pump through my body to maximize not being bothered by it. And so I'm actually right now feeling perfectly fine. I've got my Sudafed and my Sudafed, my acetaminophen going through my body right now, as well as a few other things, and The important thing is my sinus is perfectly clear right now, and if you can breathe, you can handle just about anything else, and that's where I'm at right now. So truth be told, I'm perfectly fine. But I do appreciate the concern. That's touching. Let's see. Let's tuck this piece of paper right there in the corner there, so that if the players want to be a little meta about it, they can try and find it. Meta. But there we go. But yeah, I like I say, I go to war with whenever I'm sick. I go to war, and I do like everything I can to minimize the effects of said cold or whatever the ailment is against me, just to prove that I'm better than a stupid little virus, which is like an arrogant thing, and it depends on the virus entirely. But you understand what I'm saying. That's my approach to handling it. It's also why I'm sitting here drinking, like I've discussed, I'm drinking mint tea, because that freshness from the mint helps keep those sinuses clear, and the fluids help keep the stuffiness in. It's grosser, but it's more productive to have it be runny, so that way you don't get super blocked up and clogged up with like boogers and all that gross stuff. So it's like, it's all a self-medicated science, and honestly, I think it's kind of fun to try and figure out the science and the approaches to it. Not that I would prefer to have a cold to being perfectly cold-free. But yeah. So there we go. Look at that. I think we done it. I think we done did it, guys. I think we done finished up this dungeon, because there's one floor and there's the other floor. I actually really like this one. I like this one with the combined little caverns in there. I think that's kind of a fun and interesting addition to this whole setup here. I'm pretty pleased about it, if I'm being perfectly honest. There we go. So let me save this before my drug-addled brain thinks of something else and closes it and forgets to save it. So yeah. I really like this. And we got our rooms all described and everything. We can get rid of our cheat sheet here. Just get rid of that. So just to keep things looking nice and pretty. Wow, that actually feels really good. I feel really good about having finished that dungeon. Yeah. Cool. Go team. We did it. We accomplished something today. Take that, cold. You can't stop me. Alright. So, I think okay, so there's a couple things. There was one thing that I realized I hadn't. Oh yeah, we haven't put an inn in our main village, so it might be an okay time for us to go back and just throw an inn in there. Throw an inn in there. Just make it sound like I've got a stutter. That's something we can do, because we still got a little less than an hour on the stream here today. So we can either do that, and the other thing that we'll need to do is I want to describe and like make a map and a collection of descriptions for the tribe with the giants, right? Because there's going to be a lot of interacting with them. It's an important part of the campaign that they interact with the tribe, so I want to add a place where we can have kind of the collection of all the different characters they could do there. Maybe that can be a source of a side mission or two for players to pick up since they're there, because it's intended that this village is kind of is more of a friendly one. So long as they don't approach the giants with aggression and anger, the giants will return the favor in this scenario. So those are two things that I want to add. And I think I kind of want to add our inn in Novotrogladny. I think I want to put the inn in there first, so I don't continue to forget about it. Because I think it'll be easier for me to show up next stream or whatever and see where we finished off and be like, oh, now we need to do the Giants tribe, their little tribal village, than it will be for me to remember, oh yeah, there's this one thing in this list that I'm not looking at regularly that I needed to flesh out. So I think that'll be a good, a good thing to add right now. So let's do that. Let's do that really quickly. Let's take our, we'll call it a shop template here. Just gonna copy that. And then I actually want to put that up towards the top. We'll do that perfect, just like that. In. Yeah, I wanna get that in there. Again, because I don't forget it. And the other thing too is when players visit the city, having a place for them to stay is a really important part of it. Primarily, honestly, just because players think about it more than I do. Like, I'm always willing to just say, like, yeah, no, you find a place to stay. But players really like having those interactions, right? They like having the barkeep to interact with. I don't really know why, but every group of players I've had, they've really liked having that personalized, homey inn that, like, kind of turns into their surrogate home. You know, or if they're visiting multiple cities, each one has its own inn that they, you know, can kind of have to deal with. So, sure thing, Inflatable Cat. Lurkers are just as welcome as participants in my streams. In fact, I genuinely, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I actually find it genuinely flattering that people enjoy lurking in my streams. You know, I mean, it's fun to have the interactions, definitely. But the fact that someone has enough interest that they just kind of want to sit and listen to me in the background, I actually find that very flattering. That I'm like, you know, a choice for that kind of stuff. So by all means. Okay, so we'll come up with a name for it and stuff. We do need to do that. We gotta come up with an innkeeper here. Which of course means, oops, no, we need this open here. We got our fantasy name generators here. Let me get that loaded up. Trying to think about who I want the innkeeper to be, which I have not thought about this at all. A lot of times, usually, I kind of already have an idea of what kind of personality and atmosphere a shop will have by the time I start creating it. I haven't thought about the inn at all. I don't know. Well, let's have it be just human. I know that's a little bland, but you know, we'll just have a human. So let's see here. We'll go with where is it? Go with the Russian names because that's kind of the theme that I've been going for this city, as far as the naming title goes. I get the sense I do kind of envision this one as being a dude. So let's see here. I don't know. I don't like any of those. Ovechkin. That's always a fun one. Markin. Stepanovic. That's actually not bad. Oh, we could do like Ovechkin Stepanovic or something like that. That's fun. Philip. I actually kind of like some of these ones. Pavel Stepanovic. I actually really like that. I like that one. Let's do that. Okay. Pavel how do they do that? Stepanovic or Stepanovich? How is it? Stepanovic. There we go. Pavel Stepanovic. That's what we'll call him. Let's see here. Pavel. What's Pavel like? So my immediate thought is I immediately imagine Pavel as being a oh shoot, what's the actor's name? Oh, I've got a specific actor in mind. He was I don't know if anyone in chat can help me. He was in The Jerk. Steve Martin, that's the one. That's him, Father of the Bride, that guy. That's like immediately I'm thinking of him. Kind of specifically I think it was an SNL sketch that he was in once, um, where he was just one of the wild and crazy guys. Like that's immediately what I think of. It's like Pavel is like this guy who really wants to be like a party guy, and that's kind of what encouraged him to open up and be in charge of like the inn or the tavern or whatever, so he could try and be there. But he's just like really awkward, and everyone's like, "Yeah, okay, Pavel, just bring us our beer, please." That's like immediately the thought I have for him. Let's see here. Um, Pavel has never been the life of the party, but that hasn't ever stopped him from trying before. He loves being around the action, which is what encouraged him to volunteer as the innkeeper in this new village experiment. He is enthusiastic, and nothing can dampen his spirits, but there's no doubt that at any given time he's the most awkward person in his own inn. Oops. There we go. I actually immediately have a lot of affection for this guy, for Pavel. Personality quirks. Tries very hard to be buddy with everyone, but it definitely comes across as awkward. However, he seems to be unaware of his own awkwardness. So, however, he seems to be unaware of his own awkwardness. Seems to be unaware of his own awkwardness, and is never, what's the word? Discouraged. Is never discouraged from trying. There we go, just like that. Reception to haggling. Okay, so his reception to haggling. Thinks it's super fun, but rarely gives up more than a % or 2 on the price. So he has a super, like, he thinks it's really fun when he's trying to haggle with someone, but like, yeah, he like haggles down like 1 copper at a time. So like he never really gives up much ground on it. Creativity. Oh my god, this is perfect. Pavel is always trying to invent new recipes. Oops, no. Wait, hold on. Recipes, there it is. Yeah, there's only an E in there. I got it. Let's see. Pavel is always trying to invent new recipes, but he is not a chef. They are typically bland piles of mush that he swears is just like Ma would make. If you are a good sport about it, he'll probably give you a free beer or something. There we go. I don't know. I'm immediately a big fan of this character. All right. Community. Let's see here. It would be a lie to say that people always held Pavel's, and that's what we'll call it. It's gonna be the name of the place, Pavel's Inn. Hold on. Pavel's Inn. Bar slash inn. That's what it is here. So let's hear. Be a lie to say that people always held Pavel's Inn in high regard. He's awkward. He's awkward. Maybe I like this guy because I identify with him a little too much. I don't know. It would be a lie to say that people always held Pavel's Inn in high regard. He's awkward, and the place often smells of whatever invented food he's making. I know. Hi, Kitty. Kitty is here to say hi and get in the way if she can. And she can. She knows how to get in the way. That's for doggone sure. He's awkward, and the place often smells of whatever invented food he's making. Also, it's the only bar in town. So don't you dare lay on the keys. No, you're about to lay on the keys. Honey, you can lay up here, but you got to scooch over like half an inch. You're not allowed to lay on the keyboard. That's always been true, and you know this. It's been months we've been working on this. This cat, she just keeps pushing and pushing. I know. Hi, honey. Oh, do you want the lap now? Okay. That's acceptable. The lap is perfectly acceptable. I know. What a good kitty. What a good kitty. This cat. I love her to bits. Love her to bits. I know. Hi, honey. That's it. But it's also the only bar in town. So people... okay, now... But you need to lay down, hon. What are you working on? What are you trying to do? I know. Okay. She's just trying to figure out a way to lay on the lap. Whatever. That's it. It's also only a bar in town, so people still flock to it, which makes Pavel pretty happy. Let's see here. Nobody dislikes Pavel because he is so well intentioned. But also, people prefer to it's almost mean. Let's see here. It's almost too mean. Nobody dislikes Pavel because he's so well intentioned. But also, people are very aware of how awkward he is. So let's do it that way. There, that's perfect. Alright, alright, so now we gotta think about the inventory. So somewhere in here, I have it in here. Pub, yeah, here we go. So we've got our pub. And so I have a whole lot of, like, pre-found lists and combined things of potential, food and drink that can be found at a place at any given time. So oftentimes what I'll do is I'll kind of decide on what three categories of food or drink there'll be, and I'll just kind of roll or pick a few random ones. If I've got a specific aesthetic in mind, I'll just kind of pick some of the ones that seem like they would be most sensible. If I don't have an aesthetic in mind, I'll just kind of roll for it. But yeah, I just kind of do that and set it up that way. So I think that's what we'll do again here. This cat is extremely adorable. I kind of wish I could bring the camera and see. She is lying face down on my lap. Like we're talking face down, like my legs are crossed. Her little butt is up on one of my legs and her face is down in between my legs. So she's like face down and her tail is just like wagging. And there's no way this can be comfortable. But there she is. I know, dear. You're a goofy cat. You're a goofy cat, and there's just not anything you can do to change who you are. What kind of cat are you? Alright, anyway. So I'm thinking with this one, well, for the food, we'll go with poor, modest, and comfortable. This is not a wealthy town, but it's not like a completely destitute town either. So I think we can give them some slightly better food here. So and that'll equate to like the poor is the poor food is like, oops, that's the wrong one. This is what I needed. I needed to go back to here. So the poor will be our standard, you know, and so on and so forth. We'll do it that way. And then with the drinks, I always like to include the cheap stuff as one option for the drinks, right? So they can get plenty of like just piss water drinks. And then I try to just kind of come up with what of all of these would be the most commonly held ones. And so in like a town like this, I feel like the beer, ale, and mead would be like the most common ones. Maybe some liquor and spirits. I don't know. We'll see. But let's do the food first. So I feel like for this one, they would have the squash and fish soup would definitely be a common thing. So we'll copy that one and put that one over there. Let's see here. We'll say food. Food, and then it's, we'll have this be, that's what, 6 copper pieces per plate? Yeah. So food, 6 CP, per plate. So we'll do that there, and then we'll just do the bullets here. Paste that one there. I want to only. Hold on. Yeah, that's the one we want. Keep text only. I want the format to be the same there. Squash and fish soup. That's a good one to throw in there. What else we got? I feel like the rabbit and baked pumpkin. Like definitely a lot of like just wild game that can be kind of caught and like almost donated to the cause of the inn there. Let's keep the text there. Rabbit and baked pumpkin, that seems like a reasonable meal that would be present. Bog beetle dumplings, that just sounds gross. Cooked wolf steak, wren pot pie and cattail soup. Thistle salad, barbecue gopher legs on a stick. I can't remember where I found this list, but I just loved how creative all of the dishes, like the different dishes and titles were for it. So I've been using it ever since I found it, and I love it. I really wish I remember where I found it so I could share. Maybe when I got some free time in the future, I'll try and find it again so I can put it on the Discord or something. I actually like the idea of barbecued gopher legs on a stick. So we'll copy that one. We'll put that one in place there too. So those are like the really cheap meals that you can get. So let's see here for this one. Food. And our next level of stuff is going to be. We're going to do the modest, so 3 silver pieces per plate. That works. It's good enough. 3 SP, which amounts to kind of like $3 for a plate, so it's a pretty cheap meal. Pretty cheap meal still. What did we give to this area here? So the modest. Grilled wild boar chops. Broiled salmon and potatoes, we'll definitely do that one. Fishtown. Or a fishing village, I should say. Fishtown sounds like the title of a town. There we go. Something like that. Let's see here. Cheese pie and onion soup. I like that just because it actually sounds kind of gross. Do that one. Just gotta go over here. There we go. Minted pea soup, baked boar and greens, baked goat flank, rabbit stew and willow crackers. Yeah, we'll do that one. Lemming and bearing soup. Oh god. Alright, there we go. So that gives us 3 meals to choose from there. So it's those things that like those are like that type of stuff that we'll say like if players ask for it, we've got it under the like uncommon inventory, but it's more like if players ask for it, they'll prep it. Those other things, the standard inventory, like that's just cheap food that's pretty much available immediately. Uncommon is like, all right, it's there if players want to order it, it'll take us some time for them to make it, but they've got it. And this uncommon thing is like those will be like possible specials of the day. And food. Let's see for this one, and we'll do. Let's see the cost for these ones. We were gonna do the comfortable, so 8 silver pieces. That seems good. Gotta go over here. 8 silver pieces. And one thing I am definitely going to add here, like we talked about. Oops. Oh shoot, that wasn't how I wanted this to be done. We need to bullet it and do that. But then take that one. There we go. We can do it that way. All right. Pavel's homemade concoctions. There you go. So a special request, and that'll just be whatever he's making throughout the day, whatever weird mush thing he decided to create that day, as well as let's see here. Oh, bread, baked roast cod and mashed potatoes. Sure, why not? I'll do that one, and then I already see the other one. I want to do the clams and garlic. I think that'd be great. That gives them some food options. If players are so interested in role playing that stuff, they can. And if not, then they can just ignore it, and it's no big deal because it really wasn't that much work to put this up and get it ready. So no big deal. No big deal. All right, so now though we got to get the more important thing, which is the booze. Booze. And now if we look at our different booze sections, where of course I pretty much always do the cheap stuff because I just think it's really funny for them to have like, access to like dregs and water or Ort Crag or turnip wine, things like that. I just think it's funny for players to choose that if they would like. So that's gonna be 6 copper per beverage here. And then let's go ahead and do our dregs and water. It's almost mean to offer that up to the players. Basically, these are just all of the cheap ways for players to get pissed drunk if they so choose. Or for the characters to get that way anyway. Dregs and wine. I want to do the Ort Crag. Yeah, the goblin spit ale. I do also like the goblin Thudred. Turnip wine, Miller's Moonshine. I'm gonna go with the goblin spit ale and the Ort Crag. I'm gonna choose both of those. So let's go here, and then we just want to do it that way. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful stuff right there. Perfect. And then we'll do again our booze. And then let's see, what other categories of booze do I want to have there? I mean, beer and ale is pretty standard as well. Do mead or the liquor. Wine, fine wine. Definitely not doing fine wine. This is not a wine or fine wine type of establishment. I feel like if we go with the beer and ale and then actually go with the liquor and spirits for the people that really want to get smashed, then there we go. So we'll do that. So 4 silver for the beer and ale. I'm gonna do that before I forget. 4. And do that. Hold on, I gotta refresh my tea again. Gotta refresh that bad boy. There we go. Beautiful mint tea. I love that. Love that stuff. All right. So for our booze. So for the beer and ale here, Dwarven ale. Dwarven ale actually would make a lot of sense in this town. We have a lot of dwarves in this town, so I think that's a given. So we'll copy that one and push that one in place there. A nice dwarven ale if they so choose. What else do we got here? Moon Mountain ale. Spiced ale, King's ale, Trollbane, Dragon Bite Bitter, Dwarfhead Stout. Another one that I actually really like. Dwarfhead Stout. Copy that one. Have the dwarven brews being the popular ones in this town because of its higher dwarven population here. Mountain Dark, bacon beer, let's go with the dwarven double draft. Let's do that. Why not? Why not? It's all meaningless, and it's like. And the other thing about it too is, it's the kind of thing that players will have fun playing with the first time they go to this inn, and then afterwards they won't care. They'll just be like, yeah, we want to get smashed. It's like, okay, you spend a gold's worth of coin on crappy beer just to get drunk. It's like, and you just do it that way. So that's the other reason why it truthfully doesn't really matter. And so I wanted to do the whiskeys and stuff, which was what, 6 silver? Yeah, 6 silver for a lot of that stuff. Let's see here. We're gonna reserve herbs and mint tea with brandy, goat's milk and brandy, berry brandy, desert lily, swamp light, Farlangen spirits, moon rum, frenzy water, Wanderer. I like the idea of Wanderer whiskey, just given the nature of this town. Okay, we needed to put 6 SP there. I want to just do space there, just because stylistically I like the look of it better. Is it gonna do? Okay, good. It did not do the thing that it always does. Okay, add that one there. What else here? Tangerine brandy, fireweed whiskey. I like the idea of. I just like the name of fireweed. Copy that, and let's go back to where we need to put it. Put it there. Let's get one more. Just 3 and 3 and 3, and that's perfect. That's perfect. That's all we really need. Does not need to be a particularly intense thing. All we're doing is just kind of building a bar here and just adding enough flavor that it can feel a bit more lively. Than it's like, yeah, you go to the bar, get drunk, and fall asleep. All right. Let's find one more here. Frenzy water, moon rum. I actually kind of like the idea of goat's milk and brandy, because they would definitely have goat's milk in the city. So let's do that one. There we go. Perfect. All right. There we go. Excellent. Excelente. Alrighty. And then we don't need to worry about commission. This is an inn. That's just not an issue here. Oh my gosh. I do not like how clumsy OneNote is about the dragging below the screen for all that kind of stuff. The other thing that I actually do want to do is let's see. I am just going to the way I want to do this. There we go. I'm going to do just a little bullet here. Stay the night. Gosh, I never really know how much to charge for staying the night in an inn. I always just try and kind of look at what the cost of food and beverage I've landed on for this place is and use that as a benchmark with the room. I always like to do the room being just a bit more expensive than food and ale. Because like we're talking about a location, like we're talking about like cheap motel type of bed, so it's not like the same as, you know, modern days where it's like, yeah, you can get a meal for $20, but a stay in a hotel, depending on the weekend, can cost you anywhere from, 150 to like 400 a night, depending on the quality and where it is, and if there's an event that week and all that kind of stuff. Like, I have it be cheaper because it's just like a one-night motel, cheap motel type of thing. But I always make sure to have the beds be more than any of the food, because it never makes sense to me. Like, yeah, it's gonna cost you $20 for just a meal to go out to get out, but then if I'm putting you up for the night and have to do extra work of cleaning out the room once you leave, that's gonna cost you even less than a meal. It's like, no, that costs more. So like, given that all of our food maxes out at a handful of silver, I'm thinking stay the night would be like 1 gold a room or something like that, or 1.5 gold per room, like 15 silver or something like that. That's just how I like to balance it. It really doesn't matter, especially when we're talking about amounts this low. It's not ever going to be prohibitive to players. It's just a matter of trying to keep things realistic. So I don't know, maybe we'll go with 2 gold, 2 GP per night. I don't like that to be a prohibitive thing, but I do like the idea of them having to think about that kind of stuff and add it to their budget, particularly if they're going on shopping sprees. If they spend all of their money and then forget to reserve enough for like a night at the end, then it's like, uh-oh. So per night, hold on, 2 GP per room per night. Per room per night. There we go. Just to make sure that's perfectly clear. All right, so there's that, and yeah, that's great. That's all we really need there. And then the only other thing to do then is, let's see here. We got 15 minutes. We'll just really quickly, we're just going to do, we're just going to start a new one here, a new map, and we're just going to quickly throw together an in map here. So let's see here. Terrain brush. We've been doing the prairie one, and I've been enjoying that actually. So let's build a quick inn. Doesn't really need to be all that intense here. We'll just go with where's the wood? 2 wood. There we go. Wood and wood. That's perfect. That's all we need. Let's see. I'm thinking the way he'll have this set up here. I'm just trying to envision a little bit. So let's make our bar area here. Doesn't need to be that big. So there's our bar area. And then what I'm thinking is there's a hallway that leads out into the back. Make that a bit bigger actually. And then along the back here, this is where we have the rooms. Like there's a hallway that kind of goes down. We'll subdivide it. The hallway goes down. Actually, you know what? I want to undo that a little bit. I want to make it there. There. So I got to redo the walls and stuff, but that's okay. So that's where the rooms are. And then, like, the hallway goes out. That's where the rooms are. And then maybe over here are just, like, a handful of washrooms or whatever. They don't actually need to be that big. Well, I guess they do, because that includes the hallway, that part that bumps out there. So there we go. So there's that. Let's build some walls real quick here. So for the bar itself, oh wait, hold up. I need to swap. I need to remember to swap over to our wooden walls here. There we go. So we do that. Hallway goes there. How many do we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. So if we do all of them like 5 and 5, and then have like a 2 square thick area, that's perfect. Oh wait, did I math that wrong? I mathed that wrong. I did that wrong. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Alright, well, it'll just be 1 thick. There we go. That's such a narrow hallway. I don't like that. I don't like it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Then. Go back to our room tool. We will go ahead and make that a little bit bigger. So now we can take our walls. There. Perfect. Each room. Let's see. How many squares we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. So we can do 4 5x5 rooms on each side. That's perfect. I like that. It makes me very happy that they are all perfectly even. There we go. And these two are a little cheaper because they don't have a window. And there it is. They don't have a window, and if you're getting busy with someone, then like everyone can hear it. So, you know, make your decisions wisely. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if I want to make these even washrooms, 14. Oh boy, I really kind of did it on that one. We could do 2 7x7s, but that's way too big for the washrooms. I actually think these are too big for the washrooms in general. Hold on, let me modify, let me edit the points here. Edit points, that's what we need to do. I'm going to take this, I'm going to just make that narrower. They're just washrooms. Maybe a little bigger. Maybe that size there. There we go. Maybe, oh, here's what we'll do. Here's how we can kind of make this and justify this. Let's, no, not editing points. Let's go ahead and bisect it there. And then we'll have 2 larger ones. And those have like actual wash tubs in them. And the, and the 2, oops, did it again. The 2 smaller ones, all they have is a toilet. And that's all that's there. So we'll do that for our inn. That's perfect. So we got to put some doors here. Door, 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 door. Do that, and then we need like a front door to our establishment there. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's all we need. So we got that. Let's get some windows going here. Window, 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 window. This one has a little window kind of up there, and there's no window there. No windows in the washroom. Do that. Windows, window, window, and a window. Maybe a window right here as well. There we go. There we go. So there's doors, windows on our bar. That's perfect. And actually, you know what? We'll do an emergency back door. A fire escape, if you will. It's the emergency escape route. Actually, maybe we'll put one right there, too. It's at the end of the hallways. Yeah, that works. Alright, and then let's go ahead and decorate now a little bit here. We don't need to worry about anything there. Some objects. First off, just so I can, because I just thought of it, let's go ahead and just like give them a tree out front. Oh, that's a little big. So there we go. Give them a tree just like right there. That's fine. Alright, tree, let's see. Do we have like a bar? Yeah, we do have bar. So let's put a bar. Here's what we'll do. We'll put the bar. I think I want to unsnap all of these here. Because I kind of want the bar on an angle there, right? The bar goes right. Or maybe the bar goes right here. Yeah, we can like put the bar right there. Let's do that. That's the cellar door there. There's always got to be a cellar door in your bar, right? Put the cellar door there. I'm not going to bother putting a cellar in, I don't think. We'll just assume it's there. Maybe I will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure it out. Do that. Just put like, yeah, knocked over bottle right there or something like that. Couple mugs. Do like that right there. Let's see. Now, what I want to try and find here. They don't have kitchen. Do they have like cooking? Let's see. Okay, fine. Let me just go to all and let's search for a stove here. There we go. So I want to put like a couple of little stoves for like his little cooking spaces there. There we go. So there's his little cooking utensils and everything. That's where the bar is. Perfect. I like that. Alright, now let's go ahead and do table. Couple round tables kind of scattered about. Put one right there. One right there. Kind of right there. 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 There, and there. That's perfect. Actually, hold on. Let me adjust a couple of those. Take that and put that right there, maybe. Move that over. Move that over. There we go. And we'll leave those ones as they are, because that's like that leaves the door open a little bit there. So we'll do that. That's great. Now chair. I do want to put some stools by the bar here. Just kind of put them all at different little angles a little bit there, just like that. Then for the chairs, put them under so we can kind of scooch them under the tables. A little, as always, you make them a little haphazard, makes it a bit more interesting, feel a bit more lived in. Just put one right there. Maybe that one only has two. The corner here has like maybe a couple of them piled like that. Boom, there we go. There and there. Maybe just one at that one. Boom. Boom. And boom. Da 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 da. A little tedious, but you know, just getting it all looking nice. Again, like as I always say with these types of maps that I do, maps of an inn or something like that, I really don't expect to need it, but I always put it there in case I do need it. Like if my players decide they want to start a barroom brawl or something like that, it's here. It's ready to go, and it's one of the things that if you're a DM and you're pulling this kind of stuff off, then that's pretty impressive, and a lot of people, a lot of players will really appreciate and admire that. So it's a really easy way to earn some brownie points. So that's why I like to do it. Your mileage may vary, depends on your group, really. But yeah, so we got that. Okay, so now let's do toilet. Do they have toilet? Yeah, they do. Haha. Yeah, see, this is like really big actually for a washroom. I take it back. These are really big. Hold on, let me go back to our wall things. I'm gonna make these smaller. I'm gonna make these a lot smaller. It just doesn't make sense for them to be. Oh, whoops. Hold up. Undo that. This I do want to say snapped. Yeah, we're gonna make these much smaller. Our wall tool. Edit these, bring them down. There we go. That makes much more sense. That just makes way more sense, honestly. And that's a typical thing that, like, I do that all the time. I misjudge how big something should be quite frequently. So let's see. So we'll unsnap these. And so we'll offer up, like, I do like the idea of the toilet just being like right there facing the door, so that way if someone busts down the door, you're just there awkwardly facing them. But for these ones, the courtesy comes from the fact that these ones are now a little bit away from it, as well as, let's see, if I just do wash, will it come up with like a wash tub? No. Let me try doing tub. There we go, perfect. Yeah, see, that's what I'm looking for. So they've got a couple wash tubs here. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. Boom. So if you need to wash up, then you got the opportunity to do so. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and just get our bedrooms here. Bed. Put all of them with a nice big bed. Why not, right? It's an inn. They understand that there are some people coming there for very specific purposes in mind. So all of the bedrooms are equipped with that opportunity. It's the only inn in town. So people want a frisky night out. This is the place that they go. Pavel's aware of that, and he makes sure that the necessities are provided. So let's do that, and let's do a wardrobe here. Each room will just have just sort of like a crappy wardrobe tucked in the corner or something like that. Just throw like a wardrobe in each of these. Very, very simplistic, you know, very Spartan bedrooms that just kind of have the bare minimums there. Boom. Nothing too fancy. That's all we really need. And now let's go to our lighting tool. Let's just throw in some basic lights in all of these areas here. So, bedroom, 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 bedroom. Just put down a couple, like, where there might be chandeliers for the hallways there. And then we will, let's see here, for each of these, can have a light. Put a light there, light there, light there. Keeps the bar well lit. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I don't know, maybe we'll put one more light right there. There. Perfect. Simple as that. Real simple in. Not a whole lot of fanciness going on there, but it serves the purpose. Serves the purpose, and that's really all we need. So let me save this up real quick here. Pavel's in. Make sure I'm saving this to the right area. Perfect. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, that'll take care of it. And now, looking at the time, we are almost exactly at 1:30 local time for my time, which means it's time to call it a writing stream. I do intend to do my my video game stream here. I'll take a little bit of a break and do that. The break might be a little bit longer because of the cold. I might brew up some fresh tea, so it might take me just a little bit longer. But like I say, truthfully, I feel pretty good. I mean, I clearly have a head cold, but I feel perfectly fine. Other than the stuffy runny nose, everything feels fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing it because if I'm being truthful, if I weren't streaming, what I would probably be doing right now to relax is just playing video games, the same exact thing. So I might as well stream while doing it. So I will be back in, we'll call it maybe 20-25 minutes this time around. Give myself just a bit more of a break. But yeah, that'll be coming up soon. So if you want to stick around for that, by all means, stick around for that. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. You know, a nice chill Monday. Got some writing done. Actually made some progress. Got 2 things done, really. We finished this inn, and we finished the other dungeon we've been working on. So feels pretty good to me. I think we made some good progress. So that's what I got. If you want to participate in more discussions about homebrew stuff and all that kind of stuff, I do have my Discord channel. Feel free to get registered for that. That's a resource there if you are so interested. I also have my YouTube channel that presently is nothing but VODs. But I do have some ideas and thoughts of maybe expanding and just doing occasional videos, like highlight videos or something like that. I don't know. It all sounds like a lot of extra work. So really, I'm trying to figure out a way to streamline it so that it doesn't feel like it's too much work for me to do it. But it'd be fun to do. So yeah, but either way, the YouTube channel is there if you're interested in that as well. Other than that, this week, I don't believe there's anything going to stop me from streaming this week at my usual time. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. Friday, maybe not streaming. Depending on how my cold is doing, I may be leaving town on Friday to go visit my family to celebrate my mother's birthday. So maybe nothing on Friday. We'll see. Even if I am going there, it depends on when I go there. So possibly nothing on Friday, but everything else this week, as of right now, will proceed as usual. So with that, I think that's all I got. So thank you to everyone who stopped by. Thank you to anyone who is watching the VODs. Appreciate each and every one of you. You're all pretty rad people. And yeah, I'll be back in a little bit to do some video game streaming. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Take care of yourselves until then. All right. Yeah, that's it. So goodbye.